Hello everyone and welcome to day 16 of my Japan vlog series. Today we woke up early to take the train to Osaka and visit Universal Studios. It's my first time ever going there and I have mixed feelings. I usually don't really like theme parks that much because I don't like roller coasters because I'm so scared. And I've heard that USJ is very crowded and you have to bring a lot of patience with you. But let's see if I will change my mind today. The train to get there was quite full as it was on a weekday and people had to go to work, but as soon as we arrived, we were greeted by this beautiful shopping area, which we had to skip for now because we noticed that the park was already open, as the park opens 1 hour earlier than what they say on the website. But at least we had a smooth process while entering that park and we didn't have to wait for too long, which was great. First, we rushed to Super Nintendo World in the case that they still have this area open before you need a timed entry, but it was already limited as we came 1 hour later. But no problem, we got some spots for this area in the USJ app for 2 p.m. so there was no reason to stress about this at all. Since Amity Village was on the way, we stopped there and only had to wait for I think like 20 minutes or even less to take the Jaws ride. By the way, I won't show any rides because I wanted to enjoy the experience and I didn't want to spoil it for anyone. It was really well made and I had a lot of fun, but I also have to say I wouldn't wait too long for this attraction because it's quite simple. After that, we headed to the Amazing Spider-Man ride, which will be taken down, so we really wanted to experience it before it's gone. We took the single rider options, so we were done pretty fast as well, and it was so much fun and I didn't get motion sickness, so I'm a bit sad that they will close this ride down. It still feels modern and fun, so I don't understand why. Very close to this, we found the Minion area. It was done with so much love and I love how cute the buildings look like. And I have to say, I slowly really like the Minions. I used to hate them, but I think this vacation just changed a lot of things for me. I like Pikachu now, I like the Minions, and they also had an ATM machine that looks totally on brand. It was amazing. We decided to take the ride here as well, but we missed that it had a single rider option as well, so we had to wait for quite long, I think around an hour or a little bit less. A girl was doing her whole makeup routine in the queue, even gluing her single fake lashes on while her boyfriend was holding the mirror, so I was amazed because I can't even do this while sitting. So at least we could watch an real-life makeup tutorial while waiting, and the ride wasn't really worth waiting so long in my opinion, but since we had the time it was okay. Afterwards, it was almost time for the parade, so we headed to this food stall with Pokemon snacks. They didn't have the Bulbasaur popcorn bucket, but they still had all of the snacks, so I got this Pikachu butt and a squirrel water gun stick. The butt tasted okay. Yeah, okay, what a sentence. But yeah, it was a good snack. It looked cute and it was filled with cheese and pepperoni, so we didn't have to worry about food anymore. And then it was time for the No Limit Parade. I was so excited because Pokemon was part of this, and the last time I watched the Pokemon Parade I had to cry out of happiness. Parade was so nice, all of the cards were so detailed and the characters looked so good. And also everyone here was so kind, like not only in the parade, it was everywhere. They waved and smiled and were so helpful. It really was such a happy place and I loved the vibe in here. But let me stop talking and show you the parade instead.
Ah, nee, da hinten ist er.
I really had so much fun watching this and all of the performers did such a good job. If you have the time, make sure to check out when the parade is so you won't miss it because it's really worth it. Also make sure it won't overlap with your Super Nintendo World time slot if possible. After the parade, I noticed that the Mario Cafe had a shorter queue than usual, so we asked the guys if they can get us some sweets. Thank you so much for that. The interior of this place was so cute and they had some tables for taking pictures of the food, but you have to eat the food on the outside. Does anyone know why? While the boyfriends were waiting, we visited the store next door. Look at all of those cute things. I really regret that I didn't buy a Hello Kitty plushie. Now that I'm seeing them here, they look so cute. Why didn't I do it? This is definitely a place where you can spend a lot of money. And then it was dessert time. The food was so beautiful and on brand. I really love how detailed food in Japanese theme parks is. I got the Mario stuff and Kevin the Luigi dessert. They look so good, don't they? I love that there was a mini pudding on the drink and it had some jelly in there as well, so don't mind my face, I actually enjoyed it. I really have to work on my expressions for the next videos. Up next was a sweet sandwich and it was very nice, but I have to mention everything was kind of overdoing it with the cream, so I started feeling a bit sick. I recommend you to buy one set and share it if you can't deal with too much sweetness as I do. It was delicious but just a little bit too much cream. Kevin held his dessert the wrong way, so I had to remind him to turn it around, but he really enjoyed the Luigi versions as well. Yeah, they're a little bit too sweet for him as well, but we finished them, and I have to mention that after that I didn't want to eat any cream for months. So yeah, we still had some time for our timed entries, so we checked out the merch stores and they had so many cute items of all of the areas that they have. Kevin almost bought this hat and I'm so sad that he didn't do it. Then it was time to walk to Super Nintendo World, and we even met some amazing Jujutsu Kaisen cosplayers. The Jujutsu Kaisen attraction was gone already, so we were happy to meet these cosplayers instead. And also look at this roller coaster. You sit like in its name like a flying dinosaur. So scary. Our friends went on there, but I skipped it. And then we were almost there. I was so excited. I was wondering if it's as pretty as on the pictures and on the videos. So I couldn't wait to see the area with my own two eyes. They already had some Christmas decorations on because it was November, but it was still so warm on that day. You walk through this pipe and oh god, it's so breathtaking. You can see the excitement on everyone's faces when they reach this area, and they all look like little kids, and I love this. It looked so good and unreal, like you really came into another world. The level of details was just so unbelievable. It was quite crowded, but I already expected this, so it was okay, and we headed to Mario Kart first. They have a single rider option as well, so we used it and only had to wait like for 20 or 30 minutes, which was very fast. In general, this whole attraction was just so well done. Even the waiting areas were an experience because you could see all of those statues. It was so immersive, it felt like you were really in the Mario game. You also get this AR helmet, which projects other drivers on there while being on the ride. I really think I have to drive this again one day because everything happens so fast, and you could also collect points while driving, so there are so many impressions that happen while you ride it. We headed to Yoshi's Adventure next, and the waiting time was around an hour to 90 minutes. I heard that it's a bit boring, but since I didn't have any more roller coasters that I wanted to ride, I decided to do it. And yes, if you expect something crazy, you should probably skip it. But I was still happy that I got on there. And we also got a green Yoshi, and you had to press this egg if you saw Yoshi eggs during the ride. It was almost sunset time, so we were lucky with the time frame, and I really loved this ride, even though it was quite short and nothing special happens. But again, it just felt like I landed in a video game, and I always loved Yoshi, so it was so cool. And after that, you land in a little merch store, and then you can also stroll through the area a little bit longer. They also have meet and greets with characters of the Mario universe, which was so cute. I wish they had this with Pokemon as well. And I've heard that you have to come early to this cafe and restaurant here in this area because it's very popular and they have extremely long waiting times, so we skipped this, even though the food looked very cute. So I think next time I would love to come in here. Yeah, then it was slowly time to leave this area so we can walk through the rest of the park. So we took one last view of this dreamy place that will forever stay in my memories. The rest of the park was in a beautiful sunset glow, and we asked a staff member where we can buy Pokemon merch, and she showed us a building which had so many cute Pikachu items. I got the headband, but I was a little sad that I found this store so late because I wish that I had this earlier. But I never saw a store that had those items before, so yeah, it's okay. I'm just gonna put it on the next time that I come here again. Our friends went to ride the flying dinosaur, so we wanted a little snack and headed to Amity Village. They had some shark nuggets and they tasted kind of fishy, so please don't laugh, but I was worried that I actually ate a real shark and I panicked. Why am I like that? But yeah, don't worry, it's just chicken and I forgot to film, so here's only the packaging. And we had some phone minutes to recharge our social batteries because this day was so exciting. And then it was slowly time to leave. I have to say that this was one of my favorite days in Japan again. This park is so beautiful. Even if you don't like roller coasters, there's just so much you can see and experience. You feel like you're in a different world, and I could also experience all of the attractions that I wanted, which I didn't think that I'd have the time for, but in the end everything turned out fine, so I would love to come here again. Found this cute Mimikyu backpack. Then we drove back to our hotel in Kyoto and we had a dinner at Yoshinoya again for the third time during our trip. We also got the mini nabe again, which was so delicious. Next vlog we will be going back to Tokyo and the trip will almost be over. I'm excited to see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or a sub. I would really appreciate it.